What is up, everybody? My name is Hello. Welcome back to this channel. We're solving Codeforces problems in Python. In today's episode, I've picked the problem 50A, which is called domino piling. It's a very simple problem, but it needs a bit of maths and understanding and breaking this problem down. It might seem a bit daunting, but trust me, it's a very simple problem. Let's go ahead and read through it and attempt to solve it. Now, you're given a rectangular board of m cross n squares. Okay, it's a rectangle. The length is m, the breadth is n. Okay. Also, you're given an unlimited number of standard domino pieces of 2x1 squares. Okay. You're allowed to rotate the pieces. You're allowed to place as many dominoes as possible on the board so that you meet the following condition. Each domino completely covers the two squares. Makes sense? No dominoes overlap. Each domino lies entirely inside the board. It is allowed to touch the edges. That is, the domino should not go outside of the board. It should not overlap. And it should be placed inside the board alone. We need to find the maximum number of dominoes that can be placed in this rectangular board of m cross n. Now, given the values m and n can be 1 to 16, I don't really think that matters in this case, but the output is required is one number, which is the maximum number of dominoes which can be placed. Now, let's go ahead and see and try to break this problem down. What they're saying is they'll give us a board of m cross n, and they're going to give us a domino size is 2 cross 1. We need to find out how many dominoes can be kept. Now, let us take an example and explain through that. Okay, let's take m to be 3 and n to be 2. Okay, so I am going to say, I'm going to draw a board. Okay, maybe this much is enough. Okay, I'll go erase this part. And I'm going to say the number of this will be the length, right? So the column, okay, so this I'm going to divide into 2, and then this will be 1, 2, and this is the board. Okay, now let's go ahead and place some dominoes, shall we? So the first domino, what I'll do is I'll place one here. Okay, the second domino I'll place one here, and the third domino I can place one here. This is a very easy way to do it. I can also place one domino like this and one domino like this. Regardless how many you place, the total number of dominoes that you can place is 3 here. Now, how do I mathematically calculate this value of 3? Well, I have m cross n, and this will give me, m into n will give me area. And this will be the 6 unit square. That will be the area of this board right here. Now, I obviously know the area of one domino, and this will be 2, which is nothing but 2 into 1. That means I can keep whatever this area is divided by my area, right? And then that is the maximum dominoes I can keep. That is a very fair distinction because we cannot break dominoes also, but you can keep 2 together always. And doing that, you can actually fit it around and you can rotate it, right? You can fit stuff like this. You can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So never do I actually need to break this. Okay. So in this case, what I'm doing, I'm simply doing 6 by 2 and then giving that answer as 3. Great. So, but what if this area value is odd? Okay, let me go ahead and take another example. Let's go ahead and say 3 cross 5, right? And m cross n is 3 cross 5. Okay, so now I'm going to do again, maybe, okay, 5 cross 3. Let's do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So it's 5, and then 1, 2. Now I need to place some dominoes. What is the area here? The area is 15, and this is odd. So I can't simply just do 15 by 2, can I? So let's try to place this dominoes here and see. I'm going to place one dominoes here. Okay. I'm going to place the other one here. 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 Okay. And then I'm going to place one here like this. I'm going to place one here like this, which means there is one lonely domino here. Correct? Now, how many dominoes are being placed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am able to place 7 dominoes. Now, what is the area of the domino? 2, correct? And what is the area that I'm given? 15. Okay. Now, I need to calculate something. What if this area, instead of 5 cross 3, it's a 7 cross 2 grid? Okay. Now, instead of this, let's do 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So this becomes a 7 cross 2 grid. Just ignore this for now. You can see still the answer will be 2 more dominoes. That's the same 2 dominoes that we are placing here. That means the difference between 14 and 15 is not the number of dominoes. It is that one extra space that is there, which means whenever my area is odd, I cannot fill the board completely. There will be one extra space. Whenever my area is even, I can fill the board completely. I can just do this by 3. Now, how do I get some value even by 2 is equal to odd by 2? When do I get this, mathematically speaking? Can you guys think about this? Well, the answer to that will be actually a floor function. Now, what I'm saying here is, whatever your area is by 2, in this case, the area is 15 by 2, 4.5. I cannot keep half a domino, therefore I'm keeping 4. This is something that if you want to calculate directly, it's called a floor function. A floor function takes the underlying integer and ignores the decimal point attached to it, that value attached to it. So the floor of 15 by 2 denoted by this will give you 4. The floor of 14 by 2, sorry, this is not 4, 15 by 2 will give you 7, right? Yeah, 7, sorry. Did some mathematical problems there. But again, interestingly speaking, the floor of 14 by 2 is also 7 only. Okay, so the floor of 14 by 2, the 14 by 2 is technically 7.0, and then 7.0's float is 7 only. Okay, so the area here that we have decided, whatever the value of the area divided by the value of domino's area, and I'm going to take the floor of that, and that is the maximum amount of dominoes that I can keep. Now definitely you can keep lesser dominoes if you try to place one, say here, place one here, place one here, place one here, place one here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so many empty spaces. But if you want to place this properly maximally, this is how you are going to approach this. Now let's approach one very interesting problem with this thing is, right, when the board size, it can be 1 to 16. When it is 1 cross 1, right, I cannot keep dominoes at all. Let us see if our solution can solve this edge case. First of all, what is 1 into 1? The area is 1, dominoes area is 2, 1 by 2 is 0.5, the floor of 0.5 is 0. So the answer is 0. So we're able to solve this edge case also, which means our solution is pretty generic and should be right. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like in code. Obviously, if you're able to understand this, I recommend you to code this yourself. If not, let's see how this looks like in code. Okay. Now I'm going to take two inputs, and that's going to be m and n. So I'm going to do a list of map of int comma input dot r strip dot split, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and calculate the area. That will be m cross n, and domino and d area will be my domino area, and that will be 2 cross 1 because that's something that is common. So I'm going to go ahead and print the floor value, and to access this floor value, by the way, there are two different ways you can do this. Number one, you can import the math module, or you can do something called as an floor division. This is the floor division operator in Python. So you can simply do area floor division d area, or you can do math.floor of area by d area. Now, if I run this, you can see that the test case is passed. I can also show you what this looks like if I submit this solution, so that you know that this is the right answer. So this is how you want to think about solutions like this. They will give you some words which might confuse you, but you need to understand when they mean maximally. You have to understand that I want to build dominoes without gaps, and I want to restrict that gap as much as possible. So in case the area is odd, there will be one gap. If the area is even, there will be no gaps. How do I form a solution for that? Can I take this area and try to calculate from that? So this is about pattern recognition, at the same time trying to understand what is the input that is being asked and trying to work it out with examples yourself. Now, of course, if you are just starting out with Codeforces, I hope this video was helpful. You were able to understand what was going on, and you were able to solve this problem. And I'm pretty sure you will be able to solve problems in this pattern if they're asked in the future. So if this video did help you, hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Bye.